Most of her rivals, she'll want to get across to the fence, and we know she does her best racing when she can lead. So she'll need to begin quickly and get across, but she has been able to do so at the 650 Shepparton distance in the past, and it wouldn't surprise me if she can get across here and lead and give some of the main market elects something to chase.
Pretty rare to see a greyhound trained by Kayla Cottrell at double-figure odds, but that is the case with Finis Jewel. What do you make of the chances?
I thought she was very unlucky last week being runner-up to Mapunga Surprise there. Had no luck on box rise, was shuffled back in the back half of the field, was able to make a really good mid-race move, levelled up to the leaders approaching home, and just got a little bit tired in the run to the line. That was her first run since the late part of March. So I'd imagine second up she'll strip fitter for that race effort on Monday. I think she's a blowout chance. I just don't really like the map with her. That's the downfall. But on the heat runs, she was the one that I initially wanted to be with prior to box draw, and I think she represents each way value if she can overcome a sticky map.
And just quickly before we get to Ethan on track, Minter Frost and Wild Cash are at big odds. Can you make a case for either of those?
Minter Frost is most probably at the back end of 650 here, gets a bit tired, got a bit of speed. I think place would be best for it. And Wild Cash has been an honest campaigner around the 650 distance range, was a 700 Sandown winner recently. It's never too far away, and certainly one that I'd throw into my wider exotics if I was playing that way in this race.
Container's been best back, $3 into $1.80, and Ethan Christian's with the Guru, Gerald Lanigan.
Yes, I am here with the Guru and the dog that has been very well back, Container. Gerald, handling duties for Matt. How are we feeling ahead of tonight's big assignment?
Oh, yeah, very happy with him. He's had a good week, and he was really good here last week. Never seen the track before, so and he loves the inside, so hopefully it just begins.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll derive a lot of benefit from that run here the other day, and as you touched on, probably couldn't have asked for a better box, could you?
No, it's what he wants. He's always wanted the inside, loves it, so just got to begin well enough to hold it now.
Absolutely, he does. Hopefully he settles nice and close for you. You can come away with a good result. Best of luck, Gerald. We'll go down. We'll now catch up with Ricky Coleman, who's handling Ethanol Volume, who I want to have a chat with. Generally a bit of a wide runner. Ricky Coleman, yeah, very good, mate. Very good. Ethanol Volume likes to use a bit of the track. Must be happy with the draw out wide.
Yeah, absolutely wrapped with the draw. Yeah, can't complain with it.
You reckon this is his peak distance range? He comes home really hard over 500, sort of doesn't quite hit the line as hard over 600 and 650, but still strong enough to make an impact?
Oh, look, I wouldn't know whether to say that it's his peak distance, but he's definitely suited over it, so we'll see how he goes.
Absolutely. Best of luck, and we'll catch up last of all with Benny Briffa, Exploded. Never been better, mate. Won the rookie last year, into the champion this year. You must be feeling pretty good. I know the box draw's not ideal, but...
Yeah, I know. He's drawn out 8, but... he knows how to find his way, just needs a bit of luck to go around the first turn, yeah?
Definitely got a lot of field sense, and he's got more than enough ability to get into the race.
You know, yeah, he's got a good run home, you know?
Absolutely.
He's got to find the fence and he takes off, yeah?
Absolutely he does. Well, best of luck, mate. No worries. Container, on top of here in the Champions Day. It's going to be a ripper race. I think Exploded's a really good dog as well, but I think Container's got the right draw. He's the one, and that's why the money's come for him.
Ethan Christian with Container. Nathan Rooney, which way do you lean here in the Pink Diamond Champion Distance Final?
I've gone with Ethanol Volume number 7 here, Jace. I just think he'll be better for the look at the track last week. He was very impressive after getting lost through the first corner. I think he gets a clear unimpeded run down the outside, and if Get Ready Dora can show some really good speed and carve across, it might bring Ethanol Volume into the race. So Ethanol Volume on top for me. I think the each way play in the race will be number 3, Finis Jewel. Greyhound second up here tonight, will strip fitter for its effort last week. It didn't have a great deal of luck in the heat, so I think at the double figure quote, Finis Jewel can run a race, but I'm with Ethanol Volume off the wide draw.
Yeah, the thoughts of Nathan Rooney. He's with Ethanol Volume and he's on fire, the great man. He's hit Crackerjack RT at $10 in the previous race. This is the Pink Diamond Champion Distance Final. Let's set up the Dan.
37.23, just beating Exploded. He's won 10 of 38. He's the second elect, and Exploded, who roared home at the finish last week, has won 9 of 26. 2 starts here for a win and a second. Green light for the Pink Diamond Champion Distance, set to run. Racing. Container was only fair to hit the ground. Speed out, Get Ready. Dora hustling over. Container held the rail and goes through to third. Up to second goes Wild Cash. Minter Frost has got to fourth. Deeper on the track was Ethanol Volume. Next was Finesse Jewel from Exploded. And last of all was Mapunga Surprise. Going between runners was Container. And the favourite took the lead. But Ethanol Volume's closing in strongly. So's Wild Cash. We've got a race. Next Minter Frost. Right behind them Exploded. Finesse Jewel needs a runner. Gets It's tight and friendly. Container, Ethanol Volume, Wild Cash and their finesse duel. Ethanol Volume in front, exploded late. Or maybe Ethanol Volume a pimple, but it's close. Exploded, got through on the rail and made it interesting. Third's a close photo, Wild Cash, Container. There's not much between them either. Then came Get Ready Dora, Midafrost knocked up from Mapunga Surprise was at the rear. 37.33 the time, and Ethanol Volume gets it. Number 7, the winner. Number 7, Ethanol Volume has scored, and a ripping finish and a brilliant race. There were many, many chances turning for home, and Ethanol Volume has won the day. Just beats Exploder, who roared home along the rail, and Wild Cash has run third, and Container, who got to the front, has run
the wider part of the track, had that clean, unimpeded run. He just stayed out to the wider part of the track, wound him up, and 650 does see him out. I think I mentioned that pre-race. We've seen Exploded come hard up in the heat against him, and he was able to fend him off on that occasion. It's pretty much a replica here tonight. He was able to find the line just ahead of Exploded, who was a very good run from an unsuitable wide draw, but Ethanol Volume used box 8 to full advantage and was a very good winner of the champion distance final here tonight.
That he was, and I'm sure in the past Team Dailly wouldn't have had a great involvement in nights of Pink Diamond, given it is restricted to Victorian bred greyhounds, and they've had a lot of their whole team come from the Wheeler property up in New South Wales. But I mean, as much as we speak about some of the smaller operations throughout the night, and investments in the sport come no different, no bigger than Team Dailly.
Well, yeah, now they're rearing and breeding establishments very big, and it's had, you know, most probably a half a dozen years to really cement themselves and get some brood bitches through, get some race stocks through, and they've pretty much gone from training all outside dogs to pretty much training all their own dogs now. So they're a big enterprise, and most probably one of the largest breeders now in Victoria. So just deserved to win a big champion distance final here with Ethanol Volume, a greyhound by Droopy Sydney, who we have touched on a few times tonight as being a really interesting styer who they're having great success with throughout this litter and other litters as well. But Ethanol Volume for Team Dailly, a much deserved winner of the champion distance final tonight.
And Ethan Christian, I'll come to you. I know Ricky Coleman's there busy with Ethanol Volume, but I know you're a big fan of these Ethanol greyhounds, particularly the sire in Droopy Sydney, and I'm sure to you, no surprise to see him get the job done here.
Yeah, absolutely none at all. He's a freak of a sire, that boy, and it's awesome to see him having a bit of an influence over in Australia as he's just getting a bit of a drink from Ricky, who's going to... Oh, he's going to walk off on me. Ricky, you all right, mate? He's just been taken away by the momentum of it all. Yeah, that's fine, mate. And how you feel? And it's obviously quite an interesting win. It was an action-packed race, came from the rear. We knew he was going to be a wide runner, got into the nice part of the track, went home best.
Look, he's always strong down the back. Even the times that he runs home in over 500 is pretty good. Yeah, just wrapped. Just a sigh of relief, man. Just wrapped.
I do have to touch on, I don't know if you've seen the finish. It was a lot closer than it looked when they passed us, and you certainly were pretty happy when you went up and celebrated.
Look, just knowing how strong he is, he's just a machine when he's friggin' chasing the dog in front. He's just very strong, and when he was coming home as strong as he was, I was pretty confident. So,
I did hear you say you hope that the boss is happy with you. Any words for the boss back at home?
Thank you so much for giving me the privilege of coming and handling this boy, and good job, Tom.
Yeah, they've done a terrific job breeding this kind of breed. The Ethanols, Droopy Sydney's been fantastic at size, seeing his influence in Australia now, and he might be one of the best of them in this land at the moment. Congratulations, Ricky. Well done.
Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate that, buddy.
Fantastic win. He had to come off the canvas. He wasn't close to the front, but the wide running ability that he's got out to the nice part of the track and just got over the top of him. He's a star, Ethanol Volume.
100%. Ethan, hold the mic, get the camera back on you and get under the lights, because I want to hear your thoughts about the next race here at the Meadows. It's race 8. We've just seen a good performance by Ethanol Volume here at Shepparton, and the favourite in the next, the Meadows, is Ethanol Water, the litter mate. What are your thoughts on the next?
It's terrific. I could talk about this litter all day. Ethanol Water is actually my favourite from the litter. Ethanol Volume is a very good dog, but I've got a bit of a soft spot for Ethanol Water, who she likes to race on the rail, conversely to what Ethanol Volume likes to do, and that number 1 draw is going to come in really, really handy. Only thing is she might not lead. She's not known for pinging the lids, but she can on her day, so hopefully from box 1 that might bring it out of her, but she's got tons of ability, and I think she's the one to beat, and I'm sure she's very well fancied in the market as well.
That she is. There's Ethan's thoughts on the next race at the Meadows, which comes up in 2 minutes' time. They're good dogs, Nathan, as Ethan just said. the characteristics of Ethanol Water, there's a consistent theme throughout the litter about racing wide, isn't there? But she's the exception.
Yeah, she wants a fence, so and she gets out here tonight, and I think that's the key factor here. She's had 3 wins from 5 goes off an inside draw with a couple of minors. She's won 2 races off box 2 as well, so she really relishes inside draws. She's not an absolute lid pinger, but she runs 9.0 to the section at the Meadows over 600 in her wins recently, and then has put some really fast times on the board around the 34, 3 and 4 mark. I think she'll be able to nearly hold the speed here. Asana Bale's first up after a 715 metre effort at Sandown. Fernando Duke stays up the track slightly, and Lua Kilkenny got a bit of speed in 4 that stays up the track. So I think it'll get enough opportunity to punch up and, if not hold the lead, be leaders back at worst. And from there, based on what she's produced off inside draws around the 600 circuit at the Meadows, I think the litter and the Team Dailys can have a bit of a running double, so to speak, here, winning the champion distance final here at Shepparton, and then 5 minutes later win a free-for-all over the 600 at the Meadows. So Ethanol Water on top for me, and I think she looks ideally drawn here tonight.
Fernando Duke's been in good form, and Lure of Kilkenny, I mean, she was one that you wouldn't have thought would be a 600 metre type early